Hello, my beauteous peoples. I am Cass and I'm just playing with tissue paper. Welcome to my craft table. I've been thinking about wanting a nice intro and I don't want to steal others. I mean, Annie says welcome to my craft room. Maybe saying craft table is too close to that. I don't know. And Catherine always says hello, hello lovely people. And then Tori says welcome to the kooky corner of YouTube. Any suggestions would be absolutely fantastic. I don't know. I like calling you all beauteous people because you're all beauteous and lovely. Anyway, I am working on my journal throughout the ages. No, that's not right. Oh, Annie and Tom are going to laugh at me again because I've forgotten what it's called. Journaling through the time. Journaling. It's a journal. Journal for all seasons. There we go. It's a journal for all seasons. Which the prompts are from Catherine Cloth Tales, and Catherine actually started at the very beginning of the year, but I'm just jumping in and starting it now because I can. And so I've done a video on making my soft cover journal. And I also did a video on the very first prompt, which you cannot see because it's over the other side. There we go. Oh, my bird's saying hello to everyone. And when I did this, I hadn't worked out what I want to do with the cover. And so I can't even remember if I had covered it with the mulberry paper. I decided I wanted to collage because it is a journal for all seasons, and I love botanicals. Like, I've got so many botanical pages and prints and all that kind of stuff, and I thought I could just put lots of different things in and that'd be kind of the all seasons thing. So I'll move my papers. So this is the back, and I actually did this while I was in a video chat and hang out with Annie and Tom from Annie Claxton's channel, and Tom is her son, and I met them when I was recently in, well, not Tom, but I'm adopted now, so I'm Tom's cousin. Yay, lucky you, Tom. But I met Annie while I was in England recently, and just absolutely beautiful, and I love her and miss being around and doing stuff. So we had a video crafty catch up where we put our video cameras on and caught up over on Discord, and it was lovely. So I managed to actually do this whole collage while waffling and laughing. For those who don't know, waffling is where you talk a lot without much point, which I am excellent at, just in case you weren't aware, but if you've watched any of my videos you will be very aware. So this is the back cover, and this is the inside of the front. So I've got some of my jelly prints in here that I did with the botanicals. These are my sponge roller prints that I did, which I had so much fun doing those. That's the sponge roller as well, and that's another jelly print. And it's just very eclectic, and I just had a pile of papers and I was just ripping bits off and sticking them down, and really enjoyed the process. And apart from just having some botanicals in and some of my own paintwork, that was it. And then I did cover it with Mod Podge. Now this one I had glued all the pieces down. I'm getting caught in thing. I glued all the pieces down, and then I went in and did some inking around the edges and over, just, you know, I don't know, give it some life experience. So yes, and then when I was doing this one, I'd put them all down, and then I Mod Podged it without doing any inking, which I was like, oh, that's what I get for talking so much. But that's okay. I went in. I have these acrylic pens that I got off Amazon. No way affiliated or sponsored or anything. These are just, doesn't even say what the brand is, just acrylic art marker. I've had them for a while, so I can't remember. And they're double-ended, but they're really good paint. Like, because they're really good colours, and there's a whole, like, got so many shades of each colour, which is fabulous. So I just went in and did some paint marking with the pens, and I actually did put some on my splooger. Where's my splooger? This is my splooger. So I wondered if that would work, because I mean, these are good for inking with ink pads, but I actually coloured some in and was able to do some shading around the place, so I thought that worked pretty cool. So that's my splooger. It's like, where's the camera? Yep, there we go. It's like a makeup brush. I just bought a set of 5 cheaply. So yes, so I thought I'd come back and do another video, because collaging is fun. Everyone should have a chance to do cut and pasting. Like, we should never stop. We stop at some point. We do it when we're kids, and then we stop, and then a lot of people come back to it because it really is amazing. So my plan, I'm not a man with a plan, and I've even prepared some things earlier. I punched out some circles with my punchy thing, and also some little circles and hexies. If you've watched my hexie videos, you will know that thanks to Catherine, I love hexies. Hexies are my favourite. And circles are Catherine's favourite. So this is a mixture of me and Catherine, because I thought I would also collage the fronts, but I just felt like doing shapes. Now, I'm so chuffed with this. It's a bit glary with the light, sorry. Hang on, how was Annie telling me to do it? I'm very new to all this, so please forgive the... Maybe if I just dim the light a bit, it's not so glary. I'm so chuffed with it. This is my painting. It looks like one of those fancy pieces of paper you buy. And you know what that was? Me cleaning my roller, my sponge roller off. It was a whole page of just me cleaning my sponge roller off from doing my actual sponge roller patterns. And that just turned out so pretty. I'm here for that. So what we're going to do, and I had these all in nice organised piles, and they're less organised, but they're still nice, is we're going to get rid of all the little clips and bits. Now, I think the funny thing is, because I started collaging the cover, because I was in 2 months whether to like put fabric on it, or I'm like, nah, let's collage. Like, I miss collaging. Haven't done paper craft for a long time. Well, if that's not true, I guess I haven't done mindless paper crafting, if that makes sense. And where's my paper gone? Tissue paper. And so I thought, oh, collage. So I started collaging, and while I was working on the front, okay, just side note, I've moved that down too far. This is glue, not milk. I have nearly tried to drink a couple of times, and I don't even drink milk. Keep trying to pick it up instead of my teacup. I have a big bulk huge bottle of just PVA glue, and it's too heavy, so I've put some in a jar, and that's why that's just PVA, nothing special. Although PVA is special in and of itself, I don't want PVA to feel bad. So yes, I'm just using that because I am going to cover the whole thing with some purple tissue paper. Anyway, back to my original story, which I actually remember, can you believe? Was I was doing the collage in the first part of the inside of the front is what I'm trying to say, of the cover. And that was the first bit I did on my own, not when I was with Annie and Tom. And I was watching Catherine's second prompt for the Journal for All Seasons. Yay! Which I also remembered the name of that. Yay me, look at me go, woohoo! And would you believe what the prompt is? I mean, if you're doing it, then you know. It's collaging. And so I was super happy about that. So I've been thinking about what I want to collage on the for my actual second prompt. And I thought, because this is just happy cutting and pasting, and oh yeah, there's a bit of structure to it, but there's no what would I call it? There's no reason. Like, I'm just doing it because I like the look of it, which, I mean, you don't have to collage for a reason. And I was thinking, was making the cutouts for the cover, which is all the shapes, because I've got like all these bits, and I thought, ooh, I'm going to collage using the scraps, what is like called the negative spaces, and to ostentatiously turn them into positive things. I know it's a bit obnoxious, but you know what I mean. Just like I love trying to use up everything from a thing, like all the scrap wool I put in a bag and I use it when I'm making little stuffies at amigurumi. Same with all the threads from when I'm stitching, and when I'm doing paper stuff, I always put all the cut leftover bits to use as scraps, or for collaging, or for labels or whatever, because I really want to be as much as of a no waste crafter as possible. And that's so I thought with my collage piece that I do for the second prompt, which I'm a bit excited I get to do more collaging, while also getting some of my journal done, is using all those scrappy cutout bits, and because they're like just got the funnest. I mean, I love that shape. Like, I think it's fun. So I'm gonna work out what I want to do for the background, and I'm just squidging this on. This is very squidgy, because it's just paper on paper on paper, and just layers of PVA and paper. And that was my piece of blocking paper, but I'll just get it out of the way. Now this does not come all the way to the corner. Obviously I've snaffled a corner piece for something, but that's alright, there's plenty of spare edging to cover over that. So we're just going to keep on keeping on. And because I've had this PVA a huge big bottle of glue, and I was using it really quickly, and then I got really sick and I didn't actually do much crafting for quite a while. It is on the thicker side, you know, it's going to take a while for it to dry out because it's a huge big bottle, but it's gone really thick. So I did slop a bit of water in this jar to thin it out a bit. I may have slopped too much. It's not too bad. I wouldn't try and glue anything more substantial than paper with it this thin though. We're going to sludge this down. Smush. Oh, sort of the welcome and thank you for joining me, and for anyone who has watched any of my other videos, thank you for joining me here today. Thank you if you have liked or commented on any of my videos. I've noticed there's been some beautiful comments and I really appreciate them, and all the support, thank you so much. And if you've subscribed to my channel, thank you so much. I've noticed the numbers have been ticking up, which is just really cool, and you're welcome, and you're welcome here, and I'm very grateful that you're here and that you want to stay around and you know, do craft with me. So again, thank you. It's lovely of you to do that for my channel, so thank you very much. That's very nice of you. And I'm going to just stick that in the corner. Okay, leaving my glue. Dun, dun, dun. How blue is that? Wow. I wonder if it's blue on your monitor, because I know monitors display differently. If you have a thing that does things to the colour, I can just stick a thing over it. So what we're going to do is very technically, now I'm going to get the big ones, and what I want to do, I love this. I know I've said that already, but look how pretty that is, and that is just cleaning my sponge roller on a spare piece of paper. I just, don't throw anything away. I might put you over there. There's a birdie. And oh look, another birdie. Glad I didn't chop their heads off. Okay, and flowers. So this is just some botanical prints that I think I bought from Temu. When I first discovered Temu, I do acknowledge I went a bit stationery mad buying stuff, because it was yay, and I liked it a lot. Oh, stop blowing away. So what I'm gonna do is, because I'm embracing how you can't control everything. So this title page is a mixture of control, putting the big things down where I want them, even though they keep blowing away. I do have the fan, I have two fans on because it's spring in Australia, which means it's probably the same as summer everywhere else. It's, what is it? It's like 7:30 at night. It's like mid-30 degrees Celsius. So I have fans on. So that's why they keep moving. But that's alright. That helps throw it into the random chaos of life as we know it. I'm gonna I know some of them fell white side up, and I know I'm embracing chaos, but I also don't want to waste all the beautiful paint I used to make these, so I will be turning them the right way over. Well, the paint way over. There's no moral code on a piece of painted paper. Stop it. I can't remember where I got that from. So yes, this is just gluing and a plonking. We glue, then we put back reasonably close to where it fell. And that is embracing chaos, because there is always chaos in our seasons, and that is pretty much the only consistent we can rely on, is that there is change and chaos. But that's alright. Doesn't mean it has to be bad, because it's not all bad. Even if it's bad at the moment, it could turn out to be not bad later. You know, the whole blessing in disguise kind of thing. So yeah, so that's why I kind of just threw them on the cover, and I am going to absolutely love how it worked out, because that's how it worked out. And I've just realized that the colors I picked for my shapes are very close to the colors I have. I was off screen that whole time. Sorry. I should have looked up and checked my camera. I didn't. But it's too late now, because I finished that area over that side. So I'm in camera now. So sorry about that. Where were you? Over. Okay. Dab of glue, and I might glue you down while we're here. Blop. And we're going to glue you down. I absolutely enjoy doing scruffy, chaotic art. It's you know, like when you get home from work and you change into like tracksuit pants or floppy pants or pajamas or whatever. That's what I feel like. That's what this is for me, is when I'm not measuring, I'm not, you know, purposefully, you know, artfully being articulate. I'm off thing again. Whoops. I went back over there. Why did I do that? Can you see that? Nope, can't even see that. I'll come back over here. And so, yeah, so I love just embracing this. Yep, doesn't matter if it looks kind of like crude, I guess, is, I don't know if that's the word I want, but you know, just that, oh, it looks like they haven't taken much time to put that together. And you know, you being correct, because like building the journal and then covering it, and like started the cover with mulberry paper over it, so the all this stuff could stick to it really well. I do like mulberry paper. Love the texture it has. So that's why I only went in with tissue paper over the mulberry paper, so that kind of texture wasn't completely lost in the covering. So I love all the soft papers, just, which is why I made this. Oh no, I don't want to go on the spine. Oh, you can't even see that one anyway, because I want to do the spine that Catherine does in the journal for all seasons. She does this amazing spine with this stitch that is called something, and it's lines, and you go yeah, that's how you do it, I'm sure. Actually, I'm just, the ones that are really purple, I'm going to pull up, and I'm going to randomly stick on the big ones. And put that there, because that's where that fell. That didn't have enough glue in it. Move that over off the doodad. No. Okay. There we go. Alright. Oh, that one, a bit of a wonky axie, but that's okay. Oh, that wasn't even glued down. That was silly. Okay, we're gluing them now together. Smack. Okay. Alright, I can't believe that's nearly half an hour already. Far out, Brussels sprout. Okay, so I need to cover up that little bit. And is that? That's not stuck down. What do I want to do? Oh, I'm starting to think about things. Okay, slap it down. Alright. Now I should have worked on this side instead of the other one that you can't see. I want the ones that are on the spines not putting on the spine, because like I said, I want to do that. It is a stitched piece. So yeah, I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to stitch through paper or fabric. I could momogami some paper, and then it'd be both paper and fabric. I don't know. For now, I'm just gluing. Oh, that's very purple. I might go around these shapes with a metallic. Could do it with my pens, my acrylic pens too, that I showed you before, because that will help define. That can be fun, just drawing shapes. Because you can you see? Oh, you can see that one. Funnily enough, that shows up better on camera than it does in real life. How does that even work? Oh, I don't know. Okay, nearly done. Slap. And then that's right, I was going to pause because I'll let this dry. You don't want to literally sit here and watch glue dry, do you? Well, I don't think you do. I'd question why you would want to do that. Okay, a few more. Okay, well, I might finish these ones. Like I said, it's already half an hour. So I'll finish the last little few, and then I'll be back when I'm doing the next step, whatever that is. I have no clue. So you'll find out with me. Okay, see you soon. So when I was starting to play with the paints and my brushes, I thought I'd just do that because I didn't really know what I wanted to do, and it just sort of started coming together in terms of, oh, I could do that, and I could do that, and I could do that. So I did, and how it worked was using my acrylic pens around the hexies, because they're a bit lost on this background, which is a shame because they're really pretty, and so that kind of makes them pop out a bit. And then I had white gesso with silver paint in it and was going around the big ones, and then it started looking a little bit like a cosmos to me. So then we added some sparkles, because you know, sparkles, and then we just kept layering it up. So yeah, I had picked orange to go around the hexies. I did try a few different colours and nothing was really hitting right. Orange was kind of the best out of the ones I tried. The circles, I had this like teal aquary colour, which made it look like a planety shape thing. And then when I did the gesso around the planets, it really planets big circle, pardon me, it really did excuse me, sorry, really did start to look like planets to me. And and like a, well, that's actually a picture of the coos moose of sorts. Yes, and I'm not being careful with my outlines because, and I just realized this one hasn't, because my hands shake, and as soon as I try to do a steady line, my hands actually spasm. So I've just embraced the fact I can't do with drawing specifically, because I have, oh, I just put my paintbrush in the glue pot. Oh, that's what I get for not putting the lid on the glue pot. Okay, sorry, bear with me. I'm just going to put the lid on the glue pot so that doesn't happen again. So I wanted to wash my brush out so I could show you what I was doing. Have a reusable rag somewhere that I just use and wash, but I don't know where it is. So over here I've got some gesso. I put some white gesso in. Then on this side I've added some silver paint to it, and then I added some red paint, and that's for the puddle stamps. And all I did, am I in shot? Just shove that up a bit. All I did, it has dried out a little bit. I'll put a bit of water there. Just thin it out a little bit. It's got a bit dry. So, and then I've just gone in with my finger and whooshed it around. Yeah, and that's because I wanted to lighten up the cover a bit, because you know all the little circles and the hexes were all very dark colours, and the background's quite a dark purple, and it did have these kind of antique browns, but I just felt like it needed some light per se. And so then once I kind of went, oh, this feels like some kind of cosmos to me, that's when I started doing the paint splatters. So the paint splatters are the white gesso watered down, and the and silver gesso watered, silver paint. I'm getting really panicky. Why am I panicky? Sorry, my anxiety's just kicked in. I can't breathe properly. Okay, take a breath. Whoa, we're okay. It happens. Okay, just breathe. Am I just painting? Ooh, I don't know. My anxiety's suddenly hit. Okay, so slow down. What was I talking about? The paint splatters. So you'll be able to see. There's some on my monitor. It's all on my pencil case. Got a bit excited and forgot to cover up the background area. Whoopsies. But that's alright. It's a crafter's table. It's going to get messy. But so yes, I went in with the white gesso, thinned it out and then splattered it, and then I thinned out some silver paint. I don't know that that's very noticeable, but I think if it wasn't there you would notice it. Does that make sense? Like it's hard to kind of look and go, oh, there's the silver splatters there. Like I can see an area around here where there's a lot of silver splatters, but I think if I didn't add them and it was just the like white thing, it would have a different look to it. So, and I've managed to put white fingerprints everywhere because, you know, why not? Or paint prints, I don't know. Probably from my paintbrush, but that's okay. So I'm just going around and around and just smooshing it with my fingers and just, you know, yeah, just paint. Yay. So yeah, I've left the spine mostly clear because, like I said before, I'm going to do the spine that Catherine has done on her channel, and I will try and remember to link that. Yeah, I'll link that because I'm going to link Catherine's channel with each relatable prompt. So the one where I did the first prompt, I linked her actual video of that to mine in my description box. So I will, for this one, because I'm still working on the cover, and I linked that in my first video, I'll link the spine in this one. So yeah, that'll make sense. And so once these are dry, and it just doesn't take very long to dry if you smush it out really fine, then I've just got, this is kind of like it's like a tan brown, but it almost has a gold hit to it, but it's not quite gold, if that makes sense. See as soon as I try to draw around the circle, that's what my hand decides to do. So you can, yeah, oh my gosh, yeah, I find it very hard to follow lines and stuff, or do. It has to be squiggly. That's just going to be my style for the rest of my life, just because that's my level of health dictating what my hands can do. And so I'm like, okay, that's my style now. But okay. Honestly, it wasn't that easy. I was a bit sad because I used to do a lot of fine drawing, like fine tip pen drawing, and now it's all very wiggly squiggly, and you know, still drawing though, it's still art and it still makes me happy, so that's what we focus on. So we've done the big circles with our pen, and then we've done the hexies with the orange one, and then the little circles with that tealy bluey aquary colour. Now the pink splooges, can you see a pink splooge? The pink splooges, I like the word splooge, actually is a stamp. And hold that up. Like, it's kind of killing it, sorry. It comes from stamps of puddles, which I just loved. So yeah, it's just this one here, and what I have got, I need to put that somewhere, and I need some more water. This is drying out a bit. Okay, so I want this a bit thinner than normal gesso because I am actually using this for my stamp, and it is just red paint and white gesso, and there is no rule saying you can't use that for a stamp. Well, not that I'm aware of. Even if there was, I'd probably ignore it. So yeah, just that, and then blop. Ta-da! Can you see that? Yep, cool. Okay, and so that is, and yes, I do have acrylic blocks to put stamps, rubber stamps on. I have many, but I don't want to get up, so we're just using fingies. So just put a bit more paint on there. And then I'm just kind of wanting to fill in big gaps. I don't know why, I just decided I didn't really want huge big gaps showing. Not that I wanted to really cover up the purple very much, but it was more about minimizing the kind of gaps there was. Like, I don't mind little gaps, but yeah, I just put some over the circles as well. That didn't really work out. It's drying out a bit quick on me. There we go. We've stuck down our shapes. We've got the large circles, small circles, and the hexes, and then we've gone around them with the acrylic paint pens, which I love, and then with some white gesso and red paint we've made the little splooge puddles in the big gaps, and then we've gone over between all the paper cutouts with a sparkly paint. So what is next is doing flicking. So I started with white before, but as you can see, my brush is got, I actually added silver. I don't know that. I haven't got a very good camera that focuses. I'm sorry, it's just not in my budget right now. But you can see my finger, there's a shine because I put silver in with the black to make it like a pewter. So it wasn't just a like dense black, actually had some color to it, because that's why I kind of feel like the splatters actually have this dimension to it, because it's kind of off-white, silver and pewter color, which I think is pretty cool. And get my little, I'll just about kill this tissue with, well, I need to find my little wipey thing, because I try not to use single-use things. Again, you know, wanting to be a eco-friendly crafter and zero waste as much as possible. And I did have a cloth, but I've put it somewhere safe. I do need to clean my desk, in all honesty. So I haven't cleaned my brush incredibly well. No, that's probably the fault of the water, actually. That's alright. Doesn't matter. We're just about finished, and it doesn't matter if it's not entirely. I was off-white anyway with the other one. So I need to make that a bit thinner so I can flick it better. There we go. It's a bit better. Oh, they're good splats. Oh, all over my microphone. Yeah. Okay, cool. And none of my shirt. That's very surprising. It's good because it's my favourite shirt. Keep using this tissue until it disintegrates into my fingers. And then we want the silver. And I'm going to just put a blob. Oh, I'm nearly out of this silver. Only the tiniest amount. With watercolor, you can leave. I mean, if you're already doing painting, you probably already know this. But with watercolor, if you leave it on your palette, you can reactivate it with water and stuff. Sadly, with acrylic, just dries out, kind of like glue, and you know. So what I am going to do is grab some paper and paint whatever's left over onto the paper that I can then use for collaging. Ooh, they're good spots. I'm going to put some more over here. I don't think last time I made it quite so thin and wet, so we'll just throw a bit more in here because I like the lighter spots. Okay, there you go, absolute mess, and I love it. Yeah, so that is my journal cover. I'll do a bit of a run. So that's the front cover, and it folds around all the way. So I'll get a foldy flap thing. Yeah, and so in terms of decorating the front, except for the spine, which I don't keep banging on about, but I'm really excited to do that, I'm going to call that done. I'm going to let that dry. Let's see if I can find some pepper. Usually have spare paper, like scrap paper set somewhere. Well, I do have, oh, that's very glary. That's why I had the brown paper down. Hang on. Sorry. Oh, there goes a box. Okay. So put that down. It's just got marks on it from playing. I've put that down just to stop the glare. And so, yeah, I've got my tea-dyed paper that I have a whole bunch of. And so now I am going to use up all this paint on here. And now, oh, I think I got paint on my shirt. And so, you know, it's up to you how, like, if you want to kind of use up the paints in your, I mean, if you're doing art like this, you probably do this anyway, because who doesn't love making pages that are great for collaging, and that kind of stuff. So, you know, it's always, and it just feels really less wasteful. Oh, I got given a book that was about to be thrown out because the cover had fallen apart. I should find that, rip some pages out and do some painting on that. But I went with this one because I'm just gonna that's gonna be a nice background for something. I don't know what, but you know. And that's, yeah, and that's just what I do to, you know, use up the paint. With my art journal the other day, if I know where I've put it, here it is. So I was using the dip ink for my ink pen, and I accidentally poured out too much because shaky hand, and so I actually went and just jumped around in my art journal and used it up by painting just random pages with it. Just, you can see that was, you know, when there was heaps left, and then you can see it gets kind of paler and paler as I'm using the water to thin it out. And I just did that, and it's really pulled up and given this really lovely border. But I just do that. So again, you know, just grab something and paint it, because if you do art journals and collage and all that kind of stuff, you will give it another life by using it again, and using it up, and you know, and yeah, I don't know, that's just my happy tip for the day. I'm just going to paint this as much as I can, because sometimes it's nice to have a solid background. But yeah, I think that's been quite a long video, so we'll stop here. But thank you so much for joining me and coming along with me on this Journal for All Seasons journey. It's great, and a big thank you to K3 and Cloth Tales for the prompts and the inspiration. I know I'm a little weeny bit behind, but that really doesn't matter. I'm just having a ball doing this anyway. So thank you. I will be back to show you my next prompt, which is collaging. So yes, but I've got an idea. Oh, I've already told you about the idea. I've told you the idea. So yes, I might not make that as long a video because you've just watched me do collaging here. So I'm not sure. You can always not watch, so that's fine. But anyway, have a great day, week, night, or whatever. Take care. Be well. Bye.